What's up, guys, and welcome to Merricks Garage, King of the Hammers 2020. I am back from my desert trip. I did make it. I think the last time we spoke, the truck was in a pretty significant state of disassembly. I managed to get it back together with the help of some good friends and my kids, and took it out to the Hammers and laid a almighty beatdown on it. I really wanted to push it through the desert and see how it held up to high frequency, low frequency, big hits, small hits, and I'm pleased to report it did awesome. I got a great video for you guys today. If you are not already following my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. There's a little bell thing that you're supposed to click to that apparently does something. And sit tight. There's a whole bunch of Hammers action coming at you right now. Merricks Garage. We're gonna do we're doing a little shoot here for KC Highlights. They have kindly invited me along to do a little night rock crawling, and I thought I'd film it for you guys. Well, hopefully somebody got some footage because I was driving and I did not. But we are out at Cougar Buttes, just a little rock crawling area north of the Hammers. I think I'm gonna spend the night out here. But yeah, fun little rock hills and rock lines to mess around with. Hitting it in the dark for the first time with all the new body paneling and everything was a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, all good. All good. Do you know anything about this spot? Have you been here before?
You know what? I saw this like on Google Maps and I was like, you know what? This is kind of cool. And we just wanted to check it out at night, and sure enough, this is it. And
ton of rigs.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, bud, that was fun.
You made it look so easy.
And there is plenty of light out here.
So sick.
Yeah. Cheers.
Definitely.
Boom.
Thanks, man.
After a beautiful night out at Cougar Buttes, I woke up to this and decided to spend the next couple hours working my way down through the desert to Hammertown. I didn't really know where I was going, but I was in no hurry. And I could see the dust cloud in the distance, so I had an idea where I was headed. As King of the Hammers has grown from being just a grassroots OG 13, there is now trophy trucks, and it's freaking legit. So I'm gonna get you guys some good footage right now. They're coming down this wash, just, oh, it's nutty. It's nutty, but it's pretty awesome. So take a look. Living out of your truck for a couple days is no joke, especially out in the desert. It is dusty, it is dry, it's not really that windy, but man, the dust is everywhere. Come, I'll show you guys. People have asked, how dusty is it getting the truck without windows and doors? Probably dustier than you can imagine. It's everywhere. But that's okay. You know, I want the truck to kind of be an extension of me. And right now, I'm a filthy animal. So my truck is too. Come look at the back. Yeah. Rolling around out in Johnson Valley, and I ran into a bunch of other square body brothers. Down from LA and Riverside. These guys know it out back here, but dude, that's my truck from like 15 years ago. Not that one, but that's exactly what it looked like. So, right on, guys. This 77 has probably, no, definitely the best front end of any square body. I love these round eyes, man. They look good. Now this 89, I like that too, but Yeah. Robert's Custom Trucks out at the Hammers with the, what do you call this?
The Ultimate K10.
Ultimate K10. So this, what does this have up front?
It's got a radius on 4-lane kit for Ford Flat Road, long travel-ish, leaves out back with some bypasses.
Come check out what he did for his fenders. No need to deal with the heims on the dog leg down to your intermediate shaft. You've got a straight shot on it. These brackets also make it nice that you don't have to take up a lot of space on your frame rail.
Easy to install too.
Yeah. And you have another truck out here?
Yeah, it's a 1971 K30 on a custom Patriot Chassis LS 4-link front rear.
And you just finished building it?
Yeah, Monday.
And that's down here?
Yeah, that's over at the ADS Racing Shocks.
Okay, I'm gonna cruise down and check that one out. The Patriot Chassis is a very exciting entry into the marketplace, replacing the square body frames that we know and love, but we're also well aware of that they are flexi beasts and not really designed for the punishment that we are handling them. I don't know too much about the Patriot Chassis yet, but seeing it in person was pretty cool. Good things coming, I'm sure. The masterminds behind the IFS, IRS, Gen Right, Rockstar Garage, four-wheel drive ultra car are Triton Engineering. These guys know how to lay down some welds, how to build some trucks, and seeing this raw skeleton of one of their builds was a highlight for me. I followed these guys for a long time, always being incredibly impressed with their fit and finish, level of detail, ingenuity, and progression in the industry. Awesome stuff. I rolled in last night up in Cougar Buttes, which is, I'm not sure how far north, but it's all part of the Johnson Valley complex. So I slept out there last night. It was just a beautiful, beautiful spot. Great location, beautiful sky. And then this morning got up and rallied the truck through the desert down to Johnson Valley to Meads Dry Lake Bed and to Hammertown. So the truck has been put through its paces, and then the last day, freeway miles, stop and go traffic, unfortunately, and now basically just uncorking it and see what it can do in the desert. I haven't really held back. If anything, it was, if in doubt, throttle out. When I'd see a bigger whoop coming, generally I'd just give it more gas, and that seemed to work. I was on and off the bump stops all day long. I've dropped the tire pressure from well, let's get into it and I'll start showing you guys. I figured it would make more sense to do a reveal video out here in Johnson Valley with the truck where I wanted to be. So as you can see, minimum trimming has survived. This inner wheel liner did get scuffed up quite a bit. I didn't hit up front at all on this side. I have lost a body mount, so that will need to be resolved. I've zip tied it down and it broke that also. And the other side is loose. So I knew that was an issue. So that's gonna be dealt with. Obviously the panel gap still needs to be worked on, but this is what is still pretty cool. Listen to this. Oh, it is very tight, very rattle free, and I'm loving that. So yeah, let's talk about the tires. These are the Cooper Discoverer STT Pros that Cooper sent me, and I've held out on doing a review because, honestly, I haven't used them much yet. So, broke that this week and rallied these guys down here. Minimal noise on the freeway, I'm pleased to report, but then again, the whole truck's loud, so take that for what it's worth. This is the tire aired down to 15 pounds. I actually started around 2021, and it was a little harsh than I would like, so I dropped it down to 15. I've been pretty happy there. It's holding its shape well. So at 15 PSI, that's a decent amount of sidewall still, but a good wide footprint. The ProComp Trilogy beadlocks with that Cooper tire that were mounted by me in my garage with balancing beads that are just airsoft pellets thrown into the tire are vibration free all the way up to roughly about 80. The truck doesn't really, I don't like to go much more than that. But yeah, really stoked on that. Very, very minimal balancing effort on my part, and they work great. What do we have to report here under the hood? Nothing that was not to be expected. I'm actually very surprised that this guy is still hanging in there because that's not a very good location for it. I need to Loctite down this alternator. I need a nut, not just a wing nut, because that keeps coming loose. But this side, everything was good. Puked a little fluid, but once again, I expected to. The belt chirp I had has gone away. Belt's not rubbing or wearing any strange patterns that I've noticed that could concern me. Fluid temperature was normal all day long. Fans worked well. Trans runs a little warmer than it used to, it seems like. Although that could be, I may be a little low on fluid. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that. Nothing was rubbing that I can see. Everything that was bolted is still securely fastened. All the paint marks that I put down, you can see have done fine. My overflow for my power steering, nothing of importance overflowed into it. Everything down here is still looking good, nice and tidy and neat. And my headlights were fairly accurately aimed too, which was another plus, because that has just been a guess on my part. What else? I'm happy with the ride height. The ride height seems to have settled itself down here, and I'm very content with how this sits. Yeah, that's about perfect. I pushed this thing as hard as I could today, you know, with it being the first time out using it. And I had some rubbing, but nothing that I wouldn't expect. There is zero chunking of the tires, which is either indicative of very good tires, but also there's nothing catching down here. It appears that it's rubbing right there, and I'm hoping that will just self-clearance. No rattling from the inners. Bump stops got a lot of use today, and may need to adjust the coil nuts down a little bit. But man, I'm stoked. PowerTank kindly sent me this unit of theirs that I am looking forward to trying. Airs up the tires very, very quickly, and the blue, I gotta be honest, it matches so good, it's hard not to point it out. These Packouts from Milwaukee have, as I've mentioned before, made quite a big difference. What's great is, we mentioned the dust earlier. These are sealed, so stuff just doesn't get in. So, I mean, that's fantastic. Here come the UTV brigade. Yeah. Why do I have a feeling some of these guys have brodozers? Not that guy. That guy seems cool. Regardless of your preference in off-road vehicle, I think we can all agree that these cases are pretty sweet. So I have them in several different sizes. They all snap together. Look how easy. I promise you they do. There we go. Whoop. Well, that was anticlimactic. I promise you, they do click together. I'm just not doing something right. Because, yeah. There you go. I've got one for tools, one for parts and recovery gear. I've got one that doubles as basically my backpack suitcase. So sleeping bag, clothing, bathroom stuff is all in there. Then I've got the tool bag, but also inside, got one for the fluids, and then that awesome new Packout radio. Okay, I'm gonna do another comparison for you guys here of the headlights. So first, these are my headlights. Not that great. Especially when you consider, technically, those are the high beams. I mean, the low beams. Something's going on with my wiring, obviously, but then let's do the KCs, and these are DOT legal. So there go my regular incandescent. And there's the KCs by themselves. Obviously, it's not a spot, it's more of a beam. And a flood. I think it's a combination. They call it a driving beam, I think. But yeah, it reaches out quite a ways. I've got them both. Obviously, you can see where I've got them angled. I might spread them apart a little bit, but I kind of like that clarity. And the headlights do a nice job of filling in, actually. So my lighting needs a lot of work, but I got some cool stuff coming on that front. Good morning from race day at Hammers 2020. I'm gonna give you guys a little taster of what the truck can do in the whoops right here. I've unloaded it, so it's not gonna have my full camping kit in it. But there's just a little section of desert road right here with some whoops in it. I'm gonna set the camera up at a couple different locations so you guys can see it working. Now keep in mind, I am missing a front body mount, so I gotta figure something out there. But really happy with how the truck's working. Looking forward to showing you guys. Let's go do it. next day for the big dogs, and I am down here cruising through Hammertown. Look at that Mog that Falcon brought out. It's cool to see some unique builds that aren't just Jeeps. Nothing wrong with Jeeps, but it's kind of cool to see like an old Mog built up like that. Another Horschel build here. The fab work this guy does is just beautiful. 4-door rock buggy. Heck yeah, brother. I mean, come on now. It's just gorgeous. Super cool Comanche build right here. Heck yeah, dude. Really nice. Little Colorado, really well put together. These Patagonia tires are everywhere. I think that's a Rockwell up front of this guy. Dang. Man, this guy's not messing around here. Look at that. What looks to be either 4-inch or 3-inch aluminum links. And a rear steer. How about that? Body and frame on this guy are all that's left of the Harvester, but looks like they left the best parts and improved on all the other stuff. I was just informed that this upper halo is sealed. That can't be right, but if it is, right on. Three-inch chop job. Just to give you guys an idea of logistics that go into pulling off Hammertown. It's no joke. It's like its own small power station. One of the Gomez took it down in the first corner, unfortunately. And did some core sampling. That's a bummer. That's racing. Marcus Gomez of the Gomez Brothers Racing into the pits, getting both rear wheels replaced. It looks like they swapped out the front ones too, but the two rears were destroyed. And it looks like something must have got them out in the desert. But they remarkably held their shape pretty well when you consider he was probably driving the living daylights out of them to get back to the pit. And yes, fluid change and a team that works really well. Marcus would go on to take third in this IFS IRS single-seater racing buggy. Let's watch these guys work. One of my favorite racers coming through in the Ultra 49 Ford out of Washington. What a build! Yeah, buddy. King of the Hammers is a long race. 3 laps through the desert. Some guys are taking 12 hours to finish. This thing is not won in the straightaways. It's won in the pits and in the planning. And having a good team and a good crew can make the difference between winning, finishing, and blowing up your truck. And here we have a 14-bolt steering front. Look at those crane knuckles and inners and those RCVs. This is a full-on rock bouncer setup here on this rig. That is no joke. I mean, why not? Why not? It has been a really gnarly, dusty day here. But it's time for me to hit it. I'm gonna be rolling out. I've met a bunch of you guys. I've had a blast. But I'm dirty, dusty, and tired. With the power plant winch not really working underneath anymore, I've gone to a power tank setup, and it's pretty awesome. So here you can see 15 PSI in the tire. This is a 40-inch tire. Set for tires. Let's go. What is that, about a minute? It's badass. See, my 4th or 5th year going to the King of the Hammers, and every year I have a blast. I see some amazing trucks, meet some cool people, and make great memories. I hope you guys get the opportunity to get out and get after it in your own neck of the woods. In the meanwhile, take a look at some of my other videos up there and give me a subscribe. Merricks Garage. We'll see you next week.